We're going to try something a little bit different today. I'm going to take you behind the scenes a tiny bit on a scouting trip. This is not a destination trip. I haven't been here and I'm not really sure what to expect. I have a group of friends coming up in a few weeks, and one of the things we want to do is paddle in the rocky bits and have fun playing in the surf. And I want to find a new area. This area has a lot of promise and a lot of potential, but I'm not really sure. So I want to find that out today before we all get on the water. Will I find places to develop? Will I be able to bring friends back here? Is this going to be the next amazing rock gardening spot along the coast of Maine? Well, stick around and find out. Welcome to Cutler, Maine. This area of Downeast is called the Bold Coast, and I think that name was given to it by developers or people trying to draw interest in the area, kind of like the Chilean toothfish that became sea bass to sell more Chilean toothfish. But the name is apt. This is a bold coast. These beautiful rocky cliffs coming right down to the ocean really make this area stand out. It is an exposed area. It's a committed area to paddle. The water temperature is cold. Access is really limited. There are not a whole lot of spots to be able to get out of your boat safely and easily if you need to. If something goes wrong, you really got to be able to sort it out on your own. Because of that, I haven't done a whole lot of solo paddling here. It's been on days like this when it's pretty calm that I've come out here. But to say this area of the coast is a little bit unexplored for me. In a month, I'm going to have a bunch of friends come up and do some paddling for the weekend. I live sort of at the geographical edge of our friend group, and they very kindly make a trip once a year up to come see me and paddle in something that we lovingly call Steve Fest, as a name given by my dear friend Todd. One of the things we want to do at Steve Fest this year is do a little rock play. So today what I want to do is I want to check out some features that I've got some awareness of. I've done a little research also on Google Satellite View and got a sense of some things that might exist in this area that we might be able to develop or we might be able to explore. One of the things you need to play in and among the rocks on the waves is wave action. And it looks like someone turned off the ocean today. It is a beautiful day to explore the Bold Coast because there's not a lot of energy, but it's not a great day to scout features that you might come back and play because there's not a lot of energy. I had a sneaking suspicion that this might happen today. I didn't really know what 2 feet at 7 seconds would look like out here. Passing Little River Lighthouse. It sits at the mouth of Cutler Harbor on a cute little island. It's a place that apparently you can reserve a spot to stay. I don't know if it's an inn or an Airbnb, but you can stay there. So if you want to stay in a lighthouse, Little River's an option. Slightly higher point of tide, I think this could be an option. Needs a little bit more water to get over, but it's a nice pool right here. 2 feet at 7 seconds isn't quite enough here. Oh well, it was the day I had to do this. Well, Western Head had a few options. That is the southwesternmost point that I wanted to explore today. I'm going to make my way northeast and see what the other side of this bay has in store for us. In addition to the helmet that I had on when I'm playing in the rocks, I also use my fiberglass paddle instead of my black carbon fiber paddle, because this can take a little bit more of a beating if I need to press it into rocks, if I really need to brace myself. I haven't put them on, but I also have gloves just to protect my hands from barnacles or rocks or scrapes. They're wet, so putting them on is going to be like fighting a vicious hand puppet, but there we go. Wonder Grip, these are recommended by my friend Bill Vonnegut, and just something really good if you do find yourself in a tough position and need to brace against a rock. You're not going to scrape the bejesus out of your hands on barnacles or rock edges. You can use your paddle to press against the rock, but don't use your bare hand. Find some gloves that can take a beating. And these aren't just sun gloves. A lot of paddlers use sun gloves. Those are just going to get torn up. So get something like gardening gloves or work gloves that's going to give you a little bit of protection. Okay, let's make this crossing. There's a really nice spot off at Eastern Nubble that at a little bit higher tide with a bigger swell. It's a nice clean ledge that dumps right into some open water, and the swell is right now is coming directly from the right angle. So that would be a ton of fun with a little bit more water. Promising. One of the things I'm looking for in these features, and it's hard today because there's not a lot of water, but what direction is the water moving? Is it getting blasted up against a rock wall? Is it going up and down as it's in a deep pool? Is it going side to side? Because that's what my boat is going to do, and ultimately that's what I'm going to do. Bumped a little. I do love this coastline.
They won't see the silver lining when you're under covers hiding. Hey now, little mama, don't you think you ought to love again? Well, once again, you're knocked down, but you gotta stand up if you want to love again. Once again, hey!
This could absolutely be a spot. More water, higher tide. This could be a ton of fun.
Warm weather's coming and lovers will lose their wanting. We're all searching for something in every little belonging.
I mean, even that could be a thing. A little bit more swell. Cool spot. This coastline has a lot of these little pocket beaches that aren't really accessible from the land. Little areas you can poke in. Speaking of areas you can poke in, what are you? Another feature in front of me here that if the swell was a little bit higher,
Knock it down, but you gotta stand up if you want to love again. Once again. Hey now, little mama, don't you think you wanna love again? Well, once again. Knock it down, but you gotta stand up if you wanna love again. Well, once again.
it's making me remember how much I love this spot between the surf and the rocks. It's been a while since I've played like this. Everything feels like it's always been a destination. I gotta get here, I gotta do this, but just to have time and space to explore. It's also the type of paddling I've been doing lately. I've been doing a lot of camping trips and longer trips and a bit of a preparation for a 9-day trip a little later in the summer. And it's just not really the exact time to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes looking at feature and moving on and spending another 5 or 10 minutes looking at a feature and playing with a feature. So it feels really nice today to have some unstructured time and just to see what's what. We're at the section of coast that I thought features would start to dry out a little bit, but there's a cove I want to check out as a potential lunch spot for everybody when they're up here. So I'm going to push on a little bit more. I don't expect to find too many more features, but I do want to check out Long Point Cove. Let's go see what it's like. Super cool. Look how far back this one goes. Another one. Pretty neato. Long Cove was quite lovely. Nice and protected, easy landing. I do want to make a stop at Almore Cove. It is a camping site in the Cutler Public Lands. It's a MITA site, and it's been on my list to check out for quite a while. So just the same way I'm scouting rock play, I try to never pass up an opportunity to see a MITA site, to see a camping site. Let's spimble our way back down the coast and see what we see, and then go check out that campsite. That was 30 minutes into the wind, but we're at Almore Cove. I think I've been pronouncing it wrong. A non-zero chance I've been saying Almore, and I think it's Almore. So here we are. Let's go see if we can find a campsite. My instincts are up this way, but I don't see anything super obvious. It's pretty gnarly if this is the campsite. Does not look like a campsite. Definitely not it. Usually you can see a sign from the water. I had guessed back there because it's one of the few places that it looks like you can actually get up above the high tide line without scaling a cliff. A couple more options up this way. Success! I just glimpsed the logbook Tupperware at the opposite end of the beach. So if you're coming here, come to the southwest end of the beach, not the northeast like I did. Nice little clearing here. A lot of downed trees. This must get absolutely beat up. Okay, Almore Cove. Not the prettiest campsite I've been to. So it wouldn't be my first choice, but it is one of the few campsites on this stretch of coast. So on a through paddle, absolutely would stay here. But on a overnight to explore someplace fun and interesting, I might choose some other spots. Okay, Almore Cove, you're a little rough around the edges. Totally doable in a pinch. Great to know it's here. Probably wouldn't be a standalone overnight trip that I would come to just to explore it. I wonder, since this is part of the Cutler Public Lands, which is a state land, I wonder if cutting trees down, cutting deadfall down anyway, has different rules or requirements. There's a lot of blowdown in that campsite. And yeah, just wonder if they can't remove trees the same way they'd remove trees on other types of land. Back into the wind. That break was nice, but this next 20 minutes is going to be a little rough. Man, this skeg is a little rough too. I'm having like skeg drama the past couple of weeks. Tried to repair Wendy's skeg before a 4-day trip we had last week, and it didn't go great. The cable was rusted into her slider, so while I could get the cable out of most of the skeg, the part that I needed to reattach the new cable to the slider didn't work. So I had to improvise a couple of days before that trip, and it worked out. Probably not ideal for her, but it worked out. And now the P&H skeg feels very sticky here. Wonder if it's time to order a new skeg kit for this, as I've got Wendy's new skeg slider kit, say that at least even one time fast, on the way. So that's coming, and I'll replace her skeg slider, and then I think I do need to order a new mechanism and maybe a new cord for this boat. Immediately around the corner, getting my butt handed to me. It's gonna just get worse. I was really surprised at the options in this area. I didn't expect so many features, if I'm honest. I thought I'd find a few. I didn't really expect to be able to get in and play in anything today. I thought there'd be not nearly enough water, but there was a few things. I think this place would do really well at 2 to 3 feet. I'm wondering if at 4 feet it just starts to close out too much and these features just get too big to have a kayak in them. I'm definitely going to take my friend group here and cross my fingers that we get a little bit more towards that 3-foot range for them. You know, and I also realized I just chose the absolute wrong day to do this trip, but 2-foot seas that were pretty calm to begin with. Time of the tide might have been a little off for the rock play features that I was trying to go for. Anyway, but it's the day that I had, and I don't get days like this that often. Usually I'm journey A to B or trying to put together certain parts of an episode and don't really get to stop all that much and just explore and check stuff out. So it was really fun today. It was really fun to sort of unpack a feature and just let my interest and my curiosity allow my curiosity to dictate the day. Hope you enjoyed seeing my process, and if there's something that sparked your interest or something that you reflected on or thought were interesting, let me know about it. I'd love to hear about it in the comments. The comment area on this channel is really growing. I've absolutely loved seeing the things that people are sharing in that space, and I'm learning a lot and getting a lot of info, and yeah, it just really warms me up when someone has something great to say about the channel. So thank you if you're one of those people, and it's not too late. You can still be one of those people. Right now's your chance. All right, friends. Well, I'm going to make this last little slog into these bumpy seas, but as always, I hope you enjoy your adventures, whatever they are. And until next time, safe paddling. Bye for now.